are the two board members, and I'm the founder of Somos El Poder, okay? And it's about Latino power, okay? It's about marshaling our community resources in a time when our communities are being attacked and persecuted, right? So people ask, you can go to all these conferences where there's feel-good speeches and they talk about Latino power. Somos El Poder, we create Latino power. We take communities that are being persecuted, help them find their own power through fundraising, through pooling their money and directing it toward the things they want and fighting back for their children, for their future, for their communities. That's what we do, okay? So we are the missing piece in Latino power. As you know, if you watch Latino Donor Collaborative, they're a great organization. Latinos are a $4.1 trillion economy in the United States. We're the 5th largest economy on the planet. So we work hard, we love hard, and we want great futures for our families. So we are unstoppable. This is what Somos El Poder is about. It sounds fundraising. Everyone hates fundraising. Everybody wants to run from fundraising. Okay, so there are Latinos in this country that have made 40, 20, $10 million gifts. There are communities, we have a member, MOA, up in San Jose, that raised $400,000 a year from gifts under $25 a month. So that's Latino power. Those are a bunch of women who are not saying, hey, we're weak, we're gonna let them put us down. We're gonna raise our own money, provide our own services, help our own gente, okay? That's what we're about. So I'm very proud to introduce two people. Josef Castañeda is our homie from down here in Santa Clara. He's a famous and successful prospect research officer. So he's going to tell.
I'll take it.
He's going to tell you about the power of prospect research. So for me, well, you'll learn more about it from him. And then you're also super lucky to have the great Lisandra. We call her Lisa Lamboy in New York. She's one of the best fundraising consultants in the country, certainly on the East Coast. Where are you now, Brooklyn or the Bronx?
I am actually from the South Bronx, but I moved to New Rochelle, Westchester.
Oh, okay. She sold out and moved to New York. No, I didn't say.
I did not.
She's in the suburbs now. That's right. Do you have a minivan now? No. Nothing. I asked you if you had a minivan now. No.
I still walk and run.
Yeah, she's the bridge and tunnel crowd now. Okay, so lots of mean New York jokes. So guys, this is what we're gonna do. We have a couple of quick slides. So I'm gonna tell you about what fundraising is. It's very basic. Okay, 4 slides. I got 4. And then Josef and Lisa are gonna show you. I think Lisa's first. They're gonna show you a little bit about their presentations. Josef does not have slides. He's just gonna tell you about these things. Please ask us questions, okay? How many of you guys run your own nonprofit? I know you do. How many of you guys are on a board of a nonprofit? All right. So if they serve 51% or more Latinos, you should join Somos El Poder. I designed it, so it's like the mob. You can't refuse the offer. It's so good. No, mira. It's $100 a year is membership, and you receive about $17,200 in services. Now you think I'm hitting the mota, I'm out of my mind? No. This is how we have 250 member organizations across the country, right? Right now, we got the data yesterday. 87% of our members have improved their fundraising. 51% have improved their individual giving, right? So our model works. So if you want to raise more money, Pinchy, spend $100, come to our classes and learn, all right? So people hate fundraising, man. They're like, oh, if you want to have a bad board meeting at your nonprofit, say, oh, the next meeting's about fundraising. Suddenly, everyone's got to wash their hair and then aunt needs to go to the hospital, right? Their tia's like, oh, it's mentiras, right? No, you have no money, no mission, period. So if you have a nonprofit, Leadership Latinas, you're not going to get anything done unless you have staff, budget, money. But people forget this, right? They get a whole bunch of money from a donor, they spend it all on program. Right, we have a organization that I know that's not a member that got a $15 million gift from Mackenzie Scott. $15 million. So I told them, invest some of that in people like these to raise more money in the future. Nope. Spend every cent on program. And now they're like, oh, we don't have any money. So you need to spend money on fundraising. Most nonprofits, especially Latino nonprofits, unfortunately right now for good reason, and are in crisis mode, right? I was just telling Josef, we have lots of members that we call the screaming woman in the lobby. No, es serio. So what's going on is there's already too much drama in our organizations. Now what's happening is because of pendejos in Washington. People are in bad shape, emotionally, physically, and also too financially because of cuts to the federal grant system. We have too many organizations that depend on federal money or foundation money, right? So a lot of foundations, sinvergüenzas, have walked away from Latino nonprofits and aren't funding us anymore. Even more reason for us to fund us, okay? Pueblo, Salva, Pueblo, right? So you need to join, woman. I don't know who you are, but so often fundraising is seen as a waste. Oh, let's get somebody else to do that. That's a waste. No, fundraising is beautiful. It's beautiful, okay? There's never any money for fundraising, and there's so many misconceptions. Oh, it's begging. Oh, it's pressuring your friends. It's none of that stuff, okay? Precision, accurate fundraising. At Stanford and Santa Clara University, they don't come from government money. They come from people giving money, billions of dollars, right? So I'm the only lunatic that's come up with a number for what Latinos can give every year. And that's $24.7 billion a year, okay? That's what Latinos can give. If we give like maybe a fifth of that, we're a giant in this country. So I'm going to jump over this slide because there's so many misconceptions about fundraising that you have to pressure people, that it's sneaky, especially prospect research, that it's dumpster diving, sneaky, you're finding out things about people. Pura mentiras, okay? In reality, it's about building relationships with people. So perhaps you find somebody who understands, let's say a senior vice president of Apple down here, who's a Latina, who grew up poor, who understands that Latinas don't get the same resources. And so you build a relationship with her, and first she gives you $5,000. The next year she sees your program, she loves it, she gives you $50,000, okay? And then you have working with her for life to give you support, to be part of your program. Maybe she comes teach. That's fundraising, relationship-based. So number 2 is, I almost said Pavel. That's terrible, huh? These are other prospect researcher. You look so much like Pavel, though. So staffing, Pavel's a 6'2" Cubano, so he doesn't look anything like him. Staffing, you need to have it staffed, okay? You need to have staff people. If you have a nonprofit, you don't have a fundraiser, ¿por qué? All right? And then you train them. That's where we come in. We'll train them for you. You need a board that's not a bunch of flojos, right? That's going to show up, do the work, be part of it, not just sit there and tell you, oh, this is what you're doing wrong. No. Pick up a shovel and help out, okay? And you need to have diversity in fundraising, not just one thing. Oh, we have our gala every year. Screw galas, okay? You need to have multiple forms of fundraising. And you need to have no more transactional fundraising. You need to have relationship-based, like we just talked about. Okay, I think I'm done. Is that the last slide? And I heard a dope. So here's the if you say, oh, Armando, this is a lot, here are the 5 steps. The 5 steps. First of all, figure out where your money is. Make a strategic fundraising investment. So this mujer over here has a Latinas organization. So first of all, who cares about Latinas getting ahead in your community? Maybe a company does, okay? Maybe it's some foundations that focus on women. Maybe it's successful Latinas who had a hard road and don't want that to happen to their, hermanas. So you identify, where's my money, okay? And that's what this is the gentleman who will tell you how to get to that. And then what do you have in terms of your team to get that money? Staffing, board members, volunteers. Set realistic timelines. saying, so, okay, this is going to take us a year to start this off. This is going to take us 6 months. Understand that, you know, you just don't call rich people up and say, hey, Mr. Sobrato, give me $12 million. Okay, here's a check. Doesn't work that way, okay? So I use his name because we're down here. And then hire good people. Once you actually make some dinero in fundraising, hire somebody to do that for you full-time and support them. And then finally, when you get a big hit, like those $50 million, don't be crazy. Put it back into the fields so you grow more crops, not eat everything. All right, now I'm done, right? Yeah, okay.
Done.
Next slide. There you go. That's our name, Somos El Poder.